Lenovo's DX8200C software-defined storage appliance, powered by Cloudian Hyperstore software, provides on-premise object storage that's fully compatible with the S3 object storage protocol. This gives you the ability to deploy hybrid cloud object storage solutions that are compatible not only with cloud storage providers, but also with the wide variety of applications written to the S3 protocol. Today we'll take a look at the DX8200C Management Console and some of its capabilities. As I first log into the Management Console, I'm presented with an overview of my object storage cluster. And I can see a variety of information here. I can take a look at the capacity I'm managing throughout my cluster, capacity consumption over time, throughput, and then various other aspects of my cluster. The 8200C has the capability to support multi-tenancy, that is to say, have multiple different user groups, and then I can manage those groups completely independently of each other, defining quality of service or rating plans for each user group independently. And the data for each user group will be completely segregated from that of other groups. I can also see here the number of objects that I'm managing throughout my cluster, how many appliance nodes I have in the cluster, and how many data centers I'm actually managing. All of the areas on this interface are hot links so that I can click anywhere and drill down into more information about that particular aspect of my DX8200C cluster. So if I look at the data centers that I'm managing, the Cloudian software gives me the capability to support multiple data centers within a single cluster for fault tolerance purposes or data locality purposes, whatever I might desire. Here we can see that in my particular cluster I have 2 data centers, each of which has 3 appliances. And again, these are hot links so that I can click on a particular appliance and see information about that appliance itself, take a look at the data usage on the various internal disks of that appliance, and the status of services and any alerts that I might have. In a DX8200C cluster, I only need to start with a minimum of 3 nodes, each of which has internal storage, and then I can, depending on my storage requirements, I can add as many nodes as I like in 1 or more data centers. And at the top here of the interface, you can see that there are certain tasks I'll perform at the cluster level, on the entire cluster, things having to do with the data centers, storage policies, or the configuration of the cluster. Other sets of tasks that will apply to users and groups of users, such as defining quality of service or rating plans or whatever the case may be. And then other sets of tasks that will apply to the data actually stored in my cluster, the objects and the buckets in which they reside. So that gives you an overview of the DX8200C's management interface, and in subsequent videos we'll look at those capabilities in more detail.